Hi, I'm Todd Heitkamp, the owner of Dakota Angler here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, with this week's 2-minute fishing report. Well, folks, this week wasn't that good. It definitely didn't start out that good. Teddy Bridgewater went down, and it got a little bit better as the Vikings traded for Sam Bradford, and then also my Badgers won. Oh, wait a minute. I should be talking about fishing and not sports, right? Well, the weather really wasn't that great for fishing. A lot of wind around the area. But honestly, some guys that went out had some decent success, but again, this past week is very slow around here in the eastern part of South Dakota. Some of the lakes that produced some fish we included Bitter, Wabae, Indian Springs, Opitz. Opitz, a lot of guys went on there because you could get out of the wind a little bit more. Then down the southeastern part of the state, lakes like Ponset, Thompson, Dry, Saunier, all produced some really nice fish this past week. Other lakes in the southeast, such as 81 Ponds, Madison, Twin, and Vermilion, produced a few walleyes here and there. What have guys been using to catch those fish this week? Have been mainly pulling plugs, and then a lot of guys pulling bottom bouncers with spinners, either using minnows or crawlers. Right now it seems to be very close to changing over to a complete minnow bite, but again, crawlers have been producing some really nice fish as well. And then as far as the panfish bite is concerned, the perch guys are still doing okay on Ponset if you move around quite a bit to find them and then anchor up. Then also Dry, Thompson, Sinai, Big Stone. And then also the Great Lakes area of Okoboji. Guys have been catching a few perch down there and doing quite well. Also then, as far as the crappie bite is concerned, that's been really slow this month so far. Lakes like Sinai, Thompson, as well as Ponset have been producing a few crappies. And then the bluegill continue to be caught at Enemy Swim as well as Buffalo. Now, what have guys been using? A lot of small minnows, waxworms, maggots. It seems like waxworms and small minnows are doing the best. And then there are a lot of guys who are using their ice fishing jigs, a lot of tungsten jigs, and then also other jigs like drop chain jigs like I mentioned before, such as Haley's and Pilkey's, and now also the perch talkers have been working really well. Folks, in this week's version of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about tungsten jigs, and the reason why, as you've heard in the report, that a lot of guys have been using their tungsten jigs for the perch and using them alongside the boat. And you know, a lot of times people associate tungsten jigs with ice fishing, and really there's no difference between using them during the ice season than in using them in the open water season. You're basically doing the same thing, putting it underneath the bobber or jigging alongside the boat. What the tungsten jig allows you to do is to get down quicker to that school of perch. So if you come across a school of perch, if you don't have that tungsten jig, that takes a while for that jig to flutter down to that school of perch. With a tungsten jig, you have a smaller presentation, but a quicker drop, and so it allows you to get right back down to that active school of perch. So again, don't be afraid to pull out your ice fishing jigs and use them alongside the boat underneath the bobber and jigging this open water season. And if you don't have a supply of tungsten jigs, stop on by here at the store. We have a great selection of tungsten jigs on hand, on display right now. Now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-minute fishing report, please send it to me. Send it to todd@dakotaangler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And if I use your photo, your name will be entered into a monthly drawing for a $25 gift certificate. And folks, before we end this segment of the 2-minute fishing report, I want to remind you of all of our ongoing sales here of our open water equipment. Our rods, combos, nets, tackle boxes are all on sale, and a great selection remains. So don't wait before it's too late. Come on out here and take a look at what remains. Also, folks, I want to remind you again, I'm going to continue to do this week after week. The Dakota Angler Ice Institute, November 4th and 5th here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Tickets will be available soon. So again, mark your calendars for the Ice Institute, one of the premier ice fishing events here in the upper Midwest. November 4th and 5th here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Well, folks, that's this week's report for Dakota Angler. I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on. We'll see you next time, and again, thanks for watching.